Hey, here we are. Welcome to the loneliest show on all of the internet on the loneliest night of all the week. Welcome to the one and only Sam Roberts now. And I tell you, we have to be here. All I want to do is see long legs. All I want to do is be able to come to you with a simple review of this movie, Long Legs. And for the life of me, I can't get out of the house. I thought last night I was finally going to get the opportunity to go to the movie theater to see this movie. The whole world's talking about it. I was going to be able to come on here and give my white hot take on this film. And what happens? The tweet goes out in the morning that Hulk Hogan is going to be speaking at the Republican National Convention. And I said, yeah, I'm going to have to stay home and watch the circus. I have to. There's no way. And then today, I figure maybe I'll go in the morning, right? Maybe I'll go. And everywhere I go this morning, and by the way, for those of you asking, I believe the reason Hot Dog is not here is for the same reason why I couldn't get out of the house. We'll talk about Hulk Hogan in a moment, because I go like this. Okay. That was Thursday night, a strong end of the week. There is no way that things get nuttier than watching Hulk Hogan and Kid Rock before Donald Trump at the Republican National Convention. And then this happens everywhere. How do I go to see a movie when people can't even get on their flights, when people can't even see their healthcare professionals, when banking systems go down? It really does let you know the fragility of all of the systems around us, that it's just companies are buying products, and these products are created by human beings like the rest of us that are extremely flawed. And sometimes they go down. This company, CrowdStrike, that I had never heard of until today, has a bug. That's all it was. It was a bug. Now, CrowdStrike is this cybersecurity company, and they make cybersecurity that for businesses, for big systems. Oh, my headphones came out, and I can't hear myself. For big systems, and this is a global thing. But it helps with cloud technology. It helps with credit card payments. It helps with everything. And an update goes through for the whole thing. And for some reason, it worked on Linux. It worked on Apple. But the update goes through for the for Windows, which everybody uses Windows. And this is what everybody got. So, like, they have to ground all the planes. And so many people got their flights canceled and delayed today. The airports were packed because the computers didn't work. And this is global. They said that there were like 911 systems that went down. They said that there were traffic lights that went down, banking systems that went down all over. And it's all because they're just using this company who, whoops, there was a glitch, and we don't really know how that happened. And you're going, I thought there was, well, so the CEO of CrowdStrike, I guess he got out there. Now, I get the idea that when something like this gets happen, the figurehead needs to get in front of it and let everybody know that everything's okay. But number one, everything is not okay. And number two, before you do the media rounds that kind of are just saying everything's not okay, maybe make everything okay. Like, start doing the interviews after the planes take off again. Start doing the interviews after all the traffic lights are working. Because everybody that watched that Netflix movie about, the world coming to an end figures that this must be the beginning of it. And he's like, no. And that's the other thing. I mean, it goes back to the Trump assassination attempt. It goes back to everything. I think more and more people are realizing, because of stuff like this, and then listening to the people responsible for it, more and more people are going, oh, I was searching for these big conspiracies, but it might be that there are far more idiots on this planet than we ever realized. Do we ever consider that maybe in all the calculations of, well, the people in charge would never let this happen. Well, it's not that they let it happen, it's that they're dumb. One person is saying Skynet becomes self-aware 2:14 a.m. Eastern time, August 29th. So it's not even August 29th yet. It's still the middle of July. So this guy, the CEO, I guess he left the workers in charge of like figuring out why everybody that uses both CrowdStrike and Windows goes down. And I guess, I don't know, does CrowdStrike have a ton of competitors? Right? I don't know what people do instead of using this thing. I don't understand. And then, yeah, they're asking. Hot Dog said he couldn't do the show because of CrowdStrike. I think he might have been in his feelings again because of the Republican National Convention. I think that he might have been in his feelings, and maybe he was bickering with people about politics, and he realized that if he came on here, he would once again be a Debbie Downer. So he said, "Can't do the show today, boss." I said, "Why not?" He said, "CrowdStrike." I said, "Oh, of course, it's affecting everything." So this CrowdStrike guy, while everybody's dealing with this, is like, I'll do some media to let everybody know everything's okay. And he pops up on the Today Show. Old Savannah gets to interview. This is the CEO of CrowdStrike who's talking about all this. Let's take a listen.
Blue screen of death. We've been hearing all about the messes at the airports. A lot of broadcast channels, Australia, even ours here. We had those blue screens everywhere. People are wondering what happened. So what did happen?
You just trust it. That's all it is. You just trust the system. You buy the thing. You want to believe that there's these big, that all these important companies, all these big broadcasting companies, all these big healthcare companies, all these big airline companies, all these big companies must have these like massive redundancies and baked in-house systems. No, they just heard about this CrowdStrike thing and somebody convinced them. Somebody went into a meeting with a long table and a bunch of people sitting at it and said, you should give us a whole ton of money and we'll be your people who secure you. And without this, it's a huge danger. You know anything about cybersecurity? And Savannah goes, I don't know anything. And Hoda, I don't know anything about cybersecurity. And they're going, okay, well, how about this? You don't have time to learn about it. But if you give us all this money, we have the type of cybersecurity that can protect your entire system, your entire network. I mean, look at all these other big companies that trust us. Traffic Lights Incorporated trust us. Like, wow, if you're good enough for Traffic Lights, you're good enough for the Today Show. And then boom, the Traffic Lights and the Today Show are SOL. Well, he explains.
Yeah. So first, thank you for giving me the opportunity to chat with you first on air. And
it's so embarrassing. Don't show the blue screens of death while he's talking. That's the last thing that he wants to see. The Macy's billboard. You know how much it costs to get on this billboard? A lot. It's a blue screen. I don't know why they need like CrowdStrike on the billboard computers. It's so weird too. I don't even understand this software. I don't understand what it does. I don't understand why it's everywhere. I have no idea why the same software is being used for the airplane system, air traffic control, and the Macy's billboard. I wouldn't think is using the same system, and also not both running on just like a Windows computer. But maybe I'm naive.
Let's start with saying we're deeply sorry for the impact that we've caused to customers, to travelers, to anyone affected by this, including our companies. So we know what the issue is.
Is there one company while this is happening and they're just staring at their billboards with blue screens, or the fact that they can't take off any planes or whatever they're looking at, the traffic lights that don't work? Are they going, first thing we want is an apology? Are you sorry that you did this? Because if you just fix it and you're not sorry, what good does that do any of us? First of all, we want to apologize. Don't worry about the apology. Just make the screen not blue anymore.
We're resolving and have resolved the issue now. It's recovering systems.
And I want him disheveled. I don't want him with this beautiful faux hawk. I don't want him with this stylish shirt that he probably got at Macy's before the billboard was a blue screen of death. I want him in like an old t-shirt, like somebody woke him up at 2:00 in the morning and he's been working ever since then. I want his hair disheveled. Look how neatly trimmed his beard is. He looks like he took a shower before the interview. This is the CEO of the guy who's giving everybody blue screens of death. He shouldn't have time to take a shower. You know how much product is in that hair? This is my big break. You're on Zoom, for God's sake. to explain why we're all getting blue screens. And Lewis said it best. I'm blue, dabba-dee, dabba-die, dabba-dee, dabba-die, dabba-dee, dabba-die. Anyone check in with Eiffel 65, by the way?
And essentially, as you've talked about in the statement I put out, is the system was sent an update, and that update had a software bug in it and caused an issue with the Microsoft operating system. And we identified this very quickly and remediated the issue. And as systems come back online, as they're rebooted, they're coming up and they're working. And now we are working with each and every customer to make sure that we can bring them back online.
That's nice. Okay, so we're all good. Remember when, who was it? Was it John Hodgman? Was that the guy's name, the actor? Remember when it was Justin Long and the other guy. And Justin Long was Apple. And the other guy was a Windows. And Justin Long was like cool and young and hip. And the other guy was like a big nerd with glasses on. Justin Long never wore glasses. And this guy always had glasses on. Like, what a dork. Remember those commercials? They got to bring them all back and be like, well, what are you, a hospital that doesn't run on Apple? Well, enjoy your blue screens.
But that was the extent of the issue in terms of a bug that was related to our update.
Oh.
Mr. Kurtz, it's Savannah here in Milwaukee. I mean, you're in the cybersecurity business, and I certainly don't even pretend to understand this, but according to your statement, it was a single content update that has managed to shut down.
You can see the zoom, by the way. I try to even avoid that on Sam Roberts now. I don't put up with this nonsense. You can see the zoom thing. Come on. Where is the technology in the, I mean, they're using this weird software that gives you blue screens of death running on Windows computers, and you can just see the zoom thing. It's ridiculous.
Down air travel, credit card payment systems, banks, broadcast, street lights, 911, emergency around the globe. Why is there not some kind of redundancy or some sort of backup? How is it that one single software bug can have such a profound and immediate impact?
Well, when you look at the complexity of cybersecurity, you're always trying to stay one step ahead of the adversaries. Excuse me. Man, just 1 second, please.
Oh yeah, take a drink of water.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sure it's been a long night.
It's been a long night. We're always trying to stay one step ahead.
Oh, this poor guy. He can't keep his voice. He put blue screens on 911 and hospitals and airlines and traffic lights. And they're like, well, why wouldn't you make it so it doesn't do blue screens? Well, we didn't think of them. We thought, excuse me. And then helpful Savannah, go get yourself a nice drink of water. They know when there's gold. Enjoy a nice glass of water, sir. We got you.
Of the adversaries. And in this particular case, our system.
And then he says adversaries, like he's protecting you from like, cyber criminals. If there is a battle that involves an adversary and your adversary catches you having a moment like this without water, you're finished. You just stop right there. Have you ever heard a man's throat just like fail him like that? The lack of moisture in this faux hawked CEO is like nothing I've ever seen before. Like, what's he been, a week? Is he in the desert? I don't understand.
One step ahead of the adversaries. Excuse me. Man, just 1 second, please.
I mean, how long has it been since he's had water? And he's got to want a lot more than that. By the way, it looks like, was that even a full bottle of water? It looks like that bottle of water had already been started. When did he start it?
Excuse me, one step ahead of the adversaries. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah, just 1 second, please.
That's not a full bottle of water. The fact that he already drank a quarter of that bottle, it was like probably empty to the label. He already drank a quarter of the bottle of water. And he's still can't speak. I mean, that makes me feel like this is a much bigger problem. What is the foundation like of this company? If he's this worried, I mean, Savannah and Hoda might be the most welcoming set of hosts that you could have on television. You get nothing to worry about. They're going to make you look like $1 million. Can you imagine if he was really getting his feet to the fire? I want to see a congressional hearing with this guy. I mean, it would turn into Stephen King thinner. With all just shriveling. He needs some electrolytes or something. What type of water is that anyway? It looks like it's like free hotel water or something like that.
Oh yeah, take a drink of water.
Let's all have a drink.
We're always trying. It's been a long night. We're always trying to stay one step ahead of the adversaries. And
I know
in this particular case,
you know what the adversary is? Dehydration. You should have been one step ahead of that adversary, showing up on a national television with no water in your system.
Our systems are always looking for the latest attacks from these adversaries that are out there. So this content update went out, and as it does, and it's been doing for many, many years. Obviously, we've got a robust team that's looking at the safety and security and the quality of these updates, and we have to go back and see what happened here. But if there's a negative interaction with the way some of these operating systems work, in this particular case, it was...
You know what the best part of this is? That the whole software is designed to make sure that nobody gets into your system and takes it down. And it was the software that took the systems down. Isn't that a metaphor for everything? Oh, what's happening to my computer? Is there, I mean, maybe I don't have CrowdStrike. Let me see. Can I get a shot of this? What is wrong with my,
am I on?
Did you survive? Did you survive CrowdStrike, hot dog?
That son of a bitch on your screen is the reason I'm late.
He stopped it, right? The theory I had going was that you were going to blame him, but it was really because you were in your feelings about Hulk Hogan and Trump. But
no, absolutely not. It's not the reason.
So
I had a bug.
You have CrowdStrike.
I did. I had to go on fail-safe mode. I had to reboot it, start the whole machine up all over again. I even got on my mic. My mic got CrowdStrike. I had to reboot my mic.
Oh no. That must have been I didn't realize. So the same cybersecurity system that like the traffic lights have, you have that on your personal PC.
I have it on my door. I was actually locked out for a couple of I have it all over the place. I was a huge CrowdStrike advocate.
Wow. And so you just been in the hallway all day, I would imagine.
Just locked out of life.
Oh, that must have sucked, man. Well, don't worry.
Luckily, this is a Mac. This is so I had some communication.
Okay, because I was texting you earlier and you were that makes sense. Yeah. I will let you know. The CEO, before he explained what the problem was, said he would like to start by saying that he's sorry. So
I'm sorry. It's like that South Park sketch.
Yeah.
We're so sorry.
Yeah. And then his throat caved in on him.
Did you
hear him?
Were you in the? Yes.
Yeah. We were just playing it. Yeah.
2 steps in. His voice was like cracking.
Is there anything less trustworthy than a man who needs water that bad? I think wasn't it Rubio that needed it like years ago that he just like started and just like crushed that water?
That, and you can't put confidence in the man who's like his voice cracks in between what he's saying.
You really can't, because no man gets to a point where they are that desperate for a drink of water. I mean, that's not a thing. You have more control of yourself. Are you kidding me?
That never happens unless you're under pressure.
Right.
Unless you're nervous. And that never happens casually.
And by the way, you're not handling it well. That's like that's like a telltale sign that everything inside your body is failing you because it is in a sheer panic. That's what Inside Out 3 needs to be about. When companies like this go down and they just every system fails within your body. That's what I'd say. How can we trust your cybersecurity system if your own body system doesn't even work?
Anxiety's inside, just having
freaking out. We need all the moisture from every part of the body.
Somebody get anxiety away from the controls, please.
What happened? He's 1 minute into the air. He was 1 minute in.
Controls inside are also CrowdStrike, so we're sure.
Yeah. How'd they get? I don't know. Everything's blue screen. We should have been on Linux. I don't know. Well, let's see if he recovers.
It was only the Microsoft operating system that was impacted.
Oh yeah, I love that too. Look, first of all, you're going to hear these huge reports like about how this is this big deal. It was only the Microsoft systems. That's it. He won't say Windows because everybody knows that everybody has Windows. Everybody. It's still like as popular as Apple has become. everybody has Windows. He won't say Windows. He'll say Microsoft operating system, hoping that there might be a few people that forget that it's Microsoft Windows.
Well, because some people, maybe like me and you, we only have Mac.
Like in the house.
Right. So like maybe some dummies would be like, oh, okay, so it's not a big deal. But Microsoft is used for like every corporation.
Every business. Everything.
Yes.
Yeah, they have just like tons and tons of PCs. Yeah, he's hoping that people are like, oh, like Bing? Nobody uses Bing. That's fine.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. No big deal.
We'll see a reaction like this. And this is, what we've seen here.
Yeah, I think a lot of people woke up and wondered if something nefarious was afoot, if this was some kind of a cyber attack. But you're saying that it was just something within your own system.
Like it's like, I think God is trying to tell us all, I have built you as incompetent idiots. Like, I'm going to give you example after example of people going, something nefarious must be afoot. Nope. It's just unskilled people doing stuff. That's all it is. We're terrible at things. As human beings, we're bad at things. And I think that going forward, after what happened with Trump last weekend, and after the debacle that was this Friday, everybody should start off going like, wait, can this be explained by incompetence and stupidity? Because almost always, that's your answer.
Man, the way she's asking that question, this isn't a hack or anything. It's just incompetence. Like he wishes there was any way he could like flip this and be like, someone got into our system. We had no.
Because you're right, because the way she phrased it, because he wants to be given the opportunity to be like, everything's fine, we're not under attack. But she's like, so you're saying there's no attack, you're just an idiot. And he's like, yeah, I mean, yep. I need more water. I'm so thirsty. Yeah, because that's how it was reframed. It was, everything's fine. He's like, yes, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Do not worry, everything's fine. So you're just an idiot. Well, I don't.
I mean, I gotta phrase it like that.
Oh no, I don't know. That's what that means. It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to mean all that. But again, it's like, is there other companies realistically, you know how much trouble it would be for like banks, airline companies, hospitals, 911 to be like, you know what? We're going to get off CrowdStrike and go on to another product. Like it's not like you could just like uninstall and then reinstall the new one. It's a whole, elaborate, insane network system.
I had no idea that there was a company that had a monopoly on stuff like this, where the entire world would just come at a standstill because one company.
It does feel that way. But there's always companies like that. Like I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that like Amazon as a company, one of the reasons why its margins can be so low when it comes to selling products and shipping and everything is because they make all their money providing server space. So like Amazon, what is it? Like Amazon Web Systems or something like that?
AWS?
Yeah. Like
web system, yeah.
They provide the server space for like whitehouse.gov and for like all these different really important web spaces, so that I would imagine if anybody got in there, or just like old Bezos was like feeling froggy and just updated without redundancies and something went wrong, that like if that went down, I think we'd lose a lot of websites.
I was using it today. We have all of our footage there.
Right.
So
because that's
someone hit that all delete button.
Right. That's what, but that's what happens. I think one company does it, and then another company does it, and then the third company goes, well, if those two companies are doing it, I'll do it. And then the fourth company goes, well, if those three are all, and then now you've got this reputation, like it's not a monopoly, but you are the industry standard.
Right. And it was never explained how the redundancy works. You just go, well, they're using it, so it must be super secure.
Right. And it's like, yeah, this would be me going, hot dog, they have redundancies.
Why wouldn't they?
Duh. Like, don't ask stupid questions. Anyway, we'd love to purchase your product. And they're just sitting there. They're just sitting there going like this. Whew. Like, thank God they didn't ask that question.
in a perfect world, that is a stupid question.
Right, but clearly
Right.
it should be asked.
Yeah.
Do you have redundancies? But that's what you do. Do you have redundancies in place if something should go wrong? Do you really think we don't? Oh, okay, I guess.
So a couple of media companies went through this. It's not, it's not AWS. We went through this company that's LucidLink, and their backup server thing as well. And we learned the hard way how their redundancy works, where like they crashed and we had no access to get in there. And we were like, okay, crashed. When can we get back in? And it lasted 2 days. And then we found out their redundancy is they back everything on the cloud every 12 hours, which sounds okay if you are personal, but if you're in a business that is constantly working 8 hours or 24 hours,
that's what I mean. 12 hours
now you're back 12 hours.
Right. It's like, oh, can we get the backups? We just lost the system. And they're like, you mean from yesterday? No. It's today's backup. It's 5 p.m. Like it's a whole work day. Oh, no. We can give you yesterday.
Right. And they're like this guy. They're like, don't worry. We have redundancy up to the last 12 hours. So what?
I need today's work. Oh no, we don't have that. We don't.
No.
We do it at night. We do it in the nighttime. No, yeah, we don't.
It's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's crazy.
We do it at
trusty putt.
We do it at nighttime and then first thing in the morning. Oh, what about that?
So now,
what about that other? Like, we don't need the 12-hour. Like, we don't need. They're like from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. You're completely protected. Did you say from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.? No. We said 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. We don't need another backup at 6 a.m. if we got one at 6 p.m.
We have this thing that goes live tonight. We need to get in there.
No.
Can you just do it faster?
Yeah, you guys shouldn't have deleted it then. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You guys need to figure out how to work your systems. Well,
there's a lot of trust that goes into these tech companies, and
and they're just people. They're just human beings. I mean, they got people like you working in pretty high profile positions. Is that fair to say?
It's scary how up there I am getting for the biggest publishing company in the world.
Can I tell you the truth? Okay. One of my greatest, I love social experiments and long plays. I love a long play. Yes. One of my greatest long plays started at the very beginning of the Sam Roberts show on SiriusXM almost 10 years ago, which is, how far can we get this kid to go? like how many what kind of finessing do we need to do? How far can we get this kid? And I mean, it's pretty remarkable. And I feel like it's for me, I go, well, that tells you everything you need to know.
It was like that Eddie Murphy movie. Was it Trading?
Trading Places. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
I'll tell you what, Sam, because of your social experiment, I could make some news in the next half hour if I wanted to. I could
couple of clicks.
Shut shit down. Yeah.
Well, when it's time, right? Well, listen, hot dog. Enough with the fun and games. We got to get to the serious news. This is a political news show, and we got to get to the serious news coverage of the day. I swear, I had every intention last night of going out to see Longlegs and going like, I can't wait to see this movie. And then I was like, not only will I see the movie tonight, which I want to see, but I'll be able to go on Sam Roberts Now and give my thoughts on it. And then the lineup for the last night of the RNC comes out, leading up to Trump. Because I was like, I just catch Trump's speech in the morning, whatever. I'm sure he'll just whatever. And then I see what the plan is, and I go, I don't think I'm going anywhere tonight. I think I gotta see this happen.
I got a whole evening lined up.
I mean, this is amazing. It's almost like they knew I was gonna leave. And they go, Sam, what if we told you that Hulk Hogan was gonna show up in character, that Dana White was gonna bring the house down, and that Kid Rock was gonna perform the song American Badass? Is that something that might interest you? I go, yeah, what is the VMAs? Yeah, that sounds great. And they're like, no, the Republican National Convention. I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there.
I forgot who, someone on Twitter said this is like the lineup for like a 2008 Spike TV awards show.
I mean, it really is the video game awards when they're like, we got to make a splash. We got to show these people that we're out there. I mean, I'm sitting there and it's programmed. I remember listening to Kid Rock while I watched Hulk Hogan on television and looking at my parents who cared about things like political conventions and going like, what a bunch of geeks. Look at the cool stuff that I'm into. And now that I'm at an age where I'm watching these political conventions, all my favorite things are following me here.
Now, do you think that makes you a geek, or do you think it just got way cooler?
I feel like it got cooler. And I don't know. I mean, I guess that's how I'm supposed to feel. But like, I'm pretty sure that like there was nothing remotely this insane going on even before this year. Like, to me, when I was watching last night, I go, okay, like 8 years ago when Trump was running the first time, he was like he was himself. He was probably even a little more outlandish than he is now, but he wasn't in full control of the whole circus, right? So he was trying to kind of figure out his way to fit in to the system.
He was the outsider.
He was the outsider. He had to find a vice president that would get him acceptance in the room. He had to win the room over. This time, I mean, he's leaned all the way in. He's just like, no. It's gonna be a shit show. Like we're just gonna throw an insane party and get everybody psyched. And then, I mean, do you see the amount of old people? Even like I'm watching them and saying these are old dorks. The amount of old dorks that were dancing and headbanging to American Badass. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
I haven't, but I mean, again, I haven't been to a Kid Rock concert, so I mean, I'm pretty sure it's always old dorks.
Maybe I don't know. I guess I haven't been either. I would go.
I doubt the millennials. Well, I am a millennial. We're millennials. I doubt Gen Z is out here.
Here's the thing. Those were the millennials. Those were us. Yeah. Sorry, bro. You've aged out, dude. You know, all them are going to see Chapel Road. Me and you are going to see this stuff. I mean, when Hulk Hogan came out, because I called, by the way, you heard me on the radio. I said he is not going to wear his formal court black bandana. He's definitely wearing the red bandana because he's going to be Hulkamania'd out, and because red is the Republican color. It's just too perfect. And I was right. What I didn't see, because I saw it coming, but I was like, no.
I would have loved you instead of saying things. Instead of saying this at Sirius, I would have loved you to be like the CNN political commentator, just for that one night, because you would have been the expert. I
would have been sick on that. I mean, if I was sitting there like Anderson, let me explain to you what's going on here, okay?
Yeah,
Hulkamania is running wild once again. A lot of people think that was Terry Bollea. No, Terry Bollea is somewhere else. Terry Bollea, I don't know. He's a questionable guy. But this Hulk Hogan, I said jokingly, nah, brah, he's going to go full Hulkamania and rip the shirt off. Well, you know something, brother. And then when he showed up, I mean, it's like the first thing he said. He started going into Hogan stuff. And I was like, no way. When he got up there, like I thought, I took a picture. I got 2 pictures on my phone because I was going to post the first one before he did this. But I thought, when he shows up, when he gets up on stage and he gives him this, I go, oh my God, he's really doing it. And I thought that was going to be
shocked.
I thought that was going to be the most insane thing. And as I'm getting ready to tweet this thing of him going like this, he takes out the guns and I go, oh no, he's not.
Were you really surprised and shocked that Hulk Hogan was working last night? Like, you think Donald Trump and the RNC invited Hulk Hogan to be Terry?
No.
Or did they invite to be the Hulkster?
I mean, but it's like there's levels to working. Hulk Hogan is the worker of all workers. I mean, I've never seen anybody work like this guy. But there's
these
levels.
are carnies.
Yeah. And he was like, no. We want Hulk Hogan. And by the way,
real American. We want this. We want the pythons.
And by the way,
we want all of it.
A lot of the late night show hosts, they were like, referred to him as like, he's a fake wrestler. It's like, I mean, you have a whole writing staff, an entire writing staff And we're still going with the fake wrestler thing? Is that what we're
And
doing?
there's like one wrestling fan in that writing staff that's just like, guys, come on.
Like,
There's always that one.
like there's so many jokes to make. There's like, let's call him a fake wrestler. It's like, what? That's okay. All right.
He's not a real wrestler. He's not a real wrestler.
Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't pull Gable Steveson out there. I mean,
when Kurt Angle was available,
he was. I mean, but you know what Kurt Angle would have done?
Milkamania.
He would have poured milk all over himself. It would have been great. He would have come out to now. Here's the question: if Kurt Angle had come out, would all the constituents have known to sing along, singing "You Suck"?
Honestly, I think the amount of wrestling fans compared to the DNC at the RNC is like staggering.
I think that's right.
So yeah.
But here's the thing: if they had chanted "You suck," would Matt Gaetz have turned around and thought they were talking to him? I mean, look at this moment. Look at this moment. What a pop too. He is loving that. He's got the goosebump. Yeah! Everybody knows he's going to do it. And this is why I won't hear it. People are like, they're making a mockery of the whole system. Everybody who runs the system from that side of the fence is in that room. And there's nobody gasping. There's nobody going, he shouldn't do this. They're all going like, this rules.
I don't think it's so much, and again, I won't get in my feelings, but I don't think it's so much.
You're doing well so far, by the way. You're doing very well so far.
Thank you. I don't think it's so much as it's making a mockery of the system. It's more of like, how did we get here? Kind of like retrospective thing. Like, and we're here. It's not making a mockery anymore because we're here.
We're here.
How did we get here? How the fuck did we get here?
That's fair. That's a fair hot dog. That's a reasonable and fair assessment. That is like, because it's not even like the idiocracy joke isn't even a thing anymore. It's like, no, we're like past.
Yes.
It's literally like, this is a scene. This is Terry Crews.
That's Camacho. That's President Camacho.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, this is literally a room full of people going, but plants love electrolytes.
And just popping for some guns.
Yeah, I mean, listen to the convention.
To kill the next president of the United States.
Look at this.
Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule.
It's the same energy as when he was fighting Sergeant Slaughter. It's exactly the same.
Same crowd.
Probably. And I'm sitting here watching this, right? I'm watching this and I go, all my life, people are like, you watch too much of this wrestling. I'm growing up. I'm 8 years old, 7 years old, whatever it is. Start having to do book reports. My mom's going, your teacher said you have to read 15 minutes a night. I go, I am. She goes, you can't read wrestling magazines every night. I go, why? It's reading.
It's words.
Yeah. You got to do a book report. You can't do it on Have a Nice Day by Mick Foley. Why? It's a book. You know, you gotta do a current events project. You can't look at Operation Desert Storm through the lens of WrestleMania 7. I don't understand why, is what I would say. Why? You know, I gotta get all my feelings. But you know what? After all this time, I was right. Because what's caught up with everything? What is caught up with the presidential election cycle? And what is being reported on? Every news site I went to goes, look at what Hulk Hogan did at the RNC. He ripped his shirt off. I was like, I've been watching this for years.
MSNBC said Hulk Hogan had the best speech at the RNC, which
he did. It was great. But if you think that was good, you should have seen him on Piper's Pit. He was amazing.
You think this is the gateway?
I think so. If you like that Hogan speech, I got a lot of Hogan speeches for you. Oh, yeah.
We call them promos where we come from.
Right. You should have been watching this all along. You would have gotten this so excited. You'd be like, what? When Roddy Piper looks at Hulk Hogan, he goes, you're bleeding because Andre ripped the cross off of Hogan's neck. Oh, my God, the drama. What about
when Hulk Hogan grabbed that sand and he said, it's not hot?
Yeah, that's right. That's 100% right. Okay. And, you know, I mean, he's had a complicated life, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I mean, he was best friend. He was talking about Randy Savage up there, But Savage accused him of having lust in his eyes, brother.
Hulk Hogan has definitely had a very complicated life. Yes.
I'm not talking about Terry. I'm talking about Hulk Hogan.
Now, Sam, don't you think some of your interests, I mean, politics isn't an interest of yours, but like something that you follow.
I mean, I like watching.
So don't you think some things shouldn't mix? Like some of your favorite things to watch shouldn't?
I mean, that's you say that, right? And you're like, this is two different things they shouldn't mix.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever dipped a French fry in a Frosty?
No, I haven't.
It's incredible. You'd think one is for dinner, one is for dessert. Eat it together and it makes it an even better treat. It's not, I mean.
Sure. But like, okay, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. If all of a sudden everyone at the RNC or the DNC started dressing up as fucking weebs, I'd be like, this is an embarrassment. This is not, these things should not be together. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, but you know what? I've always, since, I was old enough to kind of start putting things together. I've always been of the opinion that when somebody talks about wrestling being fake, I go, sure, wrestling's a scripted show. It's a television show. Yes. It's, fictional. But like the level of, haha, Sam, you are so dumb because wrestling is fake. And then there's no sort of perception of how fake everything else is. There's no perception of how much of a work all of this stuff is. That when it all ends up becoming professional wrestling, because professional wrestling is at its root the greatest form of American entertainment, I'm more like, I told you so. I told you. I mean, now you're sitting there going like, yeah, this is awesome. Oh, really? Because you made fun of me 30 years ago when I thought this was awesome. I've been
there's a little vindictiveness when it comes to you enjoying this. You want to see the world burn.
I would love for the world to burn because they didn't see wrestling coming. I would love that. Because also
not cool, Sam.
I know. I hope it happens because they don't know how to operate within the system. They don't know how to operate in a world of wrestling. They're gonna be so confused. Everything's gonna be like, I know how to operate in that world. Are you kidding me? I didn't adopt this world. I was born into it.
And you're the mark.
Yeah, now who's the mark? Now who's the mark, huh? Now it's all wrestling. So who's the mark now, huh? And somebody's in the chat. They're asking, is Kid Rock a WWE Hall of Famer? Yes. There were three WWE Hall of Famers on that stage, and one of the top people from TKO, Dana White. I mean,
and they all got stunned. Well, except for Dana, they all got stunned by Austin.
Austin stunned all of them. Hogan, Trump he stunned a president.
Linda?
I don't think he stunned Kid Rock.
But he stunned Linda.
I forgot Linda was there too, and she has eaten a stunner before. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's 100% correct. Yes, that is a good call. Yeah, I mean the line, and then his pastor had to follow Hogan. I don't know if you saw that, but
the closer. Yeah, that. Oh no, that wasn't the closer.
Yeah. No, it was a relative of that really famous pastor from back in the day. I forget his name. So the pastor followed Hogan, and then Eric Trump came on, and he just kind of stood there, mouth agape for a while. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention.
The loser son.
It was that's how he's known colloquially. I'll say that.
Yeah.
The other one. Not. No, Eric. Eric is his middle name. His first name is no. And then Eric is the middle name.
Okay. Why didn't you start with that?
Yeah. Then it was, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kid Rock. Not Bob Ritchie, not Kid Rock. And when they started playing because I had joked on the radio, oh, he's just going to go up and rip a performance of American Badass. I was kidding. I didn't think that was going to happen. And they start playing that beginning of the song. And I go, oh, this is how he's walking out before he says his piece. And then he starts singing the song. And I was like, oh my God. By the way, one of the Undertaker's theme songs, by the way. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He'll be at the Nice convention.
Yes, he will. And it'll be awesome. And then he goes, you could check my hits. You could roll with Rock, or you could. And he put the mic down, and I was like, "Yeah!"
We didn't get the radio edit.
No, he put the mic down. He put the mic down.
Radio edit.
And he went. The line is, smell the aroma, check my hits. I know it stinks in here because I'm the shit.
I'm the
And then it goes, shit, 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 shit. And I was like, is he going to do I'm the shit? And he goes, I know it stinks in here because Trump's the... And he put the mic away, and he gave Trump the rub on that one.
Good. He put him over.
He did. I mean, look, if Kid Rock sang American Badass and he said Sam's the shit, I'd be like, that's awesome.
I didn't watch the Kid Rock performance just because I knew as much as I was seething about democracy ending. I would have been.
You were mad last night?
If we were live on Zoom last night.
Yeah.
I would have been in the corner like this. Just trying to bob out of frame behind the mic.
No, man. Yeah, no, that wasn't me at all. I was just watching. And then Dana White comes out. Very passionate speech, lots of emotion, It's good. And then Trump comes on. And he did, I believe, because I was watching after. I couldn't believe it. My wife fell asleep. She woke back up. He was still talking. Like, she was like, what? Are you like rewatching? I said, honey, he's been on for well over an hour.
This is cinema right now.
It is. This
or
is
cinema length.
Yeah, one of the two. Yeah, it was the longest speech in the history of the DNC or the RNC. It was, I believe it was 93 minutes long.
Yeah, it was 139.
139 minutes?
No, an hour 39.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So 99 minutes then. Hour 39 is 99, yeah.
Or yeah.
Somewhere around there, right? It was over an hour. It was over an hour and a half. Which, and I believe that they got on CNN, because they got to get their digs in. That's why I watch, I like to, whatever show is going to get their digs in, that's the one I'm going to watch, right? So
counter programming.
I like that. So then they said that the average, somebody just pipes in, Anderson, the average movie length is 93 minutes, and Donald Trump went 94 minutes. So he went longer than a movie, Anderson. It was like, okay, you snitch, you bookworm. But like,
also though, like they had two Republican commentators, because they always have like the token ones.
Sure.
And of course the Republican one was a huge Hulkamania fan.
Of course.
Yeah, like Anderson Cooper almost like snidely was just like, and what's his name? We'll refer to you since you're the Hulkamania expert. And then it was just like Republican conservative, yada yada yada.
But do you think I could have done a better job as the Hulkamaniac?
It would have been maybe like the only time that you would actually fit in a political panel.
Yeah, they'd be like, man, he was a really great contributor tonight.
Yeah. Like we should bring it in from other stuff. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
this is it.
I'd like to comment on Kid Rock as well, if that's okay. Yeah, I think one of the only mistakes, really, from a pop culture perspective, that Trump made, I think, in the speech was when he was introduced with the giant Trump sign behind him. I don't know if you saw that, with the big bright Trump sign behind him, which was unbelievable.
Very Broadway.
He comes out to the song Proud to Be an American, that like Lee Greenwood or whatever. All I wanted was for Trump to come out to the song Many Men. Do you understand?
People were speculating about that all week long.
How legendary. Here's how big it would have been. If Trump had come out to the song Many Men, not only would they have just called the election and said, you got it. The song Many Men, if Trump had used it at the RNC, I believe that when you talk about summer 2024, the way you would have to phrase it is the first half goes to They Not Like Us by Kendrick. And the second half would have to go to Many Men. I think Many Men would become the biggest song in the country. It's already like up, almost 300% in streams. But if he had used it, I mean, it would have been everywhere.
Now, did you read the rumors that he was actually going to be at the RNC and maybe perform
50?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't read that. That would, I mean,
up until like Tuesday, people just assumed he was going to be there, and then Wednesday there was a report saying 50 is not going to be there.
Well, I wonder why
maybe
not?
I don't know if that was like a fake rumor, or maybe 50 saw the backlash or whatever and decided
what backlash.
But he also doesn't really care about backlash. So I don't know.
What backlash? But that's the one thing I feel like.
the
politically,
community.
people are going to be sure, but getting to see many men on that platform, I feel like any anger would have been feigned anger. I mean, I'm not saying
I would have been angry.
No, you wouldn't have. I'm not saying you have to vote for him, but you would have been angry when we talked about it. But if we were being honest and we had you strapped up to lie detectors and stuff,
yes,
in that moment, while you were watching the news program, if you just heard, bam, 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 bam,
let me specify. Okay.
You'd be
I
like,
would have been angry.
the heart rate would be going up and you'd be smiling and go, hot dog, are you mad? You're like, yes.
No. Let me specify why I would be angry. I would be angry because I would see that performance. I would hear bam, bam, and then I'd be like, fuck, this is dope.
yeah. That's why you'd be angry, because you'd be like,
fuck.
Oh, this is hard.
This is bad for us. This is so dope.
Yeah. Like what?
That's why I would be angry in that context.
I believe that. I think that's very fair.
Yeah, I'd be seething and bopping. Wow.
How could you not enjoy this? I hate it.
Shit, we lost. God damn it.
And Trump would when 50 got to the part where he said, because he got hit like I got hit, but he ain't fucking breathing. And then Trump would go like this. Like, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that did happen.
And then he'd point at the firefighter's uniform.
Yeah. So
he ain't fucking breathing.
No, he wouldn't point to that. No, that's terrible. That's terrible. He wouldn't do
well,
that.
he got hit like he got hit.
No, but he would talk about the sniper got hit. The sniper's the one that got hit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You fool. So, Trump had like a scripted speech. It was pretty obviously scripted in the beginning when he was going through like what happened. And it was very funny because it was humble Trump. But even while Trump was humble, he still claimed that he knew it was a bullet immediately. I said to myself, that can only be a bullet. And it's like, bullet. That's a bullet. I know that's a bullet. And then he's talking about like the massive amounts of people that were there. And he goes, all the people behind me, they didn't move. It was only a very small portion. Many more people were in front of me. And you're just like, you can't help it, But after he told that story, he kind of quickly, you could almost pinpoint the time where he was off speech, right? Because he said, it's going to be a speech that brings people together. And then you just hear him go, and then, this crazy Nancy Pelosi. And you're just like, okay, we're
and that's when you knew.
Yeah.
He was out. He was done. He was done with the teleprompter.
Mm-hmm. He wrapped it up like 3 or 4 times. He said, okay, I'm going to end strong. And then he would go on for another 45. He thanked everybody individually. He's like, Lee Greenwood, huh? What a beautiful piece of art. What a beautiful piece. How about Eric, huh? What a great speech from Eric. And Hulk Hogan. Where's Hulk Hogan? Where is Hulk? And he was just, it was like one of his rallies.
Well, he's a pro wrestler. He has the pro wrestling mindset, and that he started, and I think someone else, this is not an original thought, but like he started reading the teleprompter and he knew that he was losing the audience, So and it's like a wrestler.
And part of me too, I think he gets bored. I think
he works off of the audience's vibe like a wrestler.
I think that there's part of that, but I think if you were working off the audience's vibe, he would have probably been out in 65. Like, I think that like most of the audience was like, once it went past an hour 10, they were like
looking at their watches.
Yeah. Like, I'm in support here, but like, what are we doing? Yeah.
I think what he was trying to do, I think he was circling around until he found that landing point that really stuck.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, this is it. So I think he just like kind of extended it so he could try to end on a strong note.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But he was
looking for it. He was just looking for his strong note. He just kept going until he hit it. And then there it is. Sometimes you just keep talking until there's something there. So as you're speaking, you're kind of bringing yourself there. And sometimes you can get there by the end of the sentence. And sometimes, you go about 35 minutes before you find it. Either way,
he's a mix of a wrestler and a comic. Because the comic isn't going to go out on a whimper. He's going to try to get the last big laugh.
Hit it hard.
And strong.
Hit it hard. And he doesn't. Get out. Right. And he is the type of guy that he's going to run that light. You know what I mean?
We'll be here 90 minutes then.
Right.
I'm going to hit it.
Right. If you're a politician and it's like, oh, Trump wants to jump on and do 15 minutes before you. You're like, oh, because you're going to be there all night. You know what I mean? You're not going home when you thought you were going home. He's not doing 15. He's going to be there a while. Yeah. So, you know, I know I definitely had flashbacks to like the first time Trump ran when it was just like ridiculous and absurd. I feel like
2016.
Yeah, I feel like we're back. We're back, but now there's not a this isn't really reality, is it? There's almost this like we've accepted. Yeah, this is what we do now. This is where we're at.
Well, let's read the vibes for this year and the last two times he ran. 2016, it kind of the vibe was Trump was a shock victory almost. Like the vibe leading up to it was Hillary hacked it. Well, for most people,
I think you thought like, well, this isn't really what's happening.
Right. Like, and even Republicans thought like, oh, we're screwed. Like, and then he surprising victory. Then 2020, it was a little bit more, okay, he's an actual threat. And now it seems like, oh, like this is happening again.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, they didn't build anybody to fight him. Nobody's there. Yeah. Nobody's there. Right. Like what
except for the coconut lady.
Who's the coconut lady?
Kamala's the coconut lady. She has a whole video talking about coconuts.
Kamala would not do well in an election against Trump.
Well, yeah.
Everybody keeps talking about this coconut lady. I don't know why they call her that.
But is she better than Biden?
Bro,
as long as you're even like,
I don't think so, dude. Do you remember?
You don't think she's better than Biden?
She wasn't better than him 4 years ago. She collapsed. She was terrible in the debates 4 years ago.
Well, she could talk. You know, she's there.
Okay, so we're saying, okay, yeah, I forgot about the other debate when Biden wasn't 100% on where he was at. That's true.
Because like the call from Dems for Biden to step down isn't because of policy or anything. It's just because like, dude, you're not there.
Yeah,
you're not there.
Unfortunately, you're gone. Unfortunately, you know, it's hard for all of us to deal with, but unfortunately, you've left this plane. Yeah. When is your convention, Hot Dog?
Next month.
Next month. You excited about that? Is there cool shit planned? Do you think? Is it they got some like wacky shit?
I'm gonna have to pitch something. We have to get in there.
What could they do for the wacky stuff? Like you can't have like. I mean, what are they gonna do? Have Ben Affleck, you know, getting all emo?
Let's get Jim Cornette up there. Someone who's
that would be a good. Okay, you know what?
A good promo.
It'd be excellent. Honestly, yeah. Jim Cornette did the DNC, and he went, "These motherfuckers!" Like, yeah,
with the racket.
Of course. But tell me he can curse all he wants. He'd be excellent. That's actually a great call. That's exactly what I would do. Yeah, I'd put Jim Cornette up there. And then is there any like I don't know. Is there any like
I mean, you can go to Hollywood, I guess, but that's already played out.
Yeah.
You know?
It's gotta be somebody cool.
Yeah. It's gotta be. I mean, there's some cute. I mean, if you get this, you should get the Swifties. The Swifties should be on board. That's a powerhouse.
Taylor Swift would help. Taylor Swift would be helpful. Yeah.
Taylor Swift, Jim Cornette.
Yeah, and Travis Kelce chilling in the back, just looking like, you know, I'm just a dope jock guy.
Yeah. So I made a bet with my libertarian friend that Biden would stick to the end, to like, not that he would win, but he would stick to the camp to November.
Wow.
It's looking bad for me. It's looking
it is.
It's looking like he's on his way out real soon.
Lou in the chat suggests maybe that dry mouth guy from CrowdStrike would be good for the DNC.
He's gonna need a job soon.
Well, hey, you know, here on Sam Roberts Now, every super chat gets read. Every super chat. All of our beautiful super chatters get acknowledged. We acknowledge all the beautiful super chats. Everything gets acknowledged, I should say. Here, for instance, of course, our very Epstein-like financier, Six Crow, coming in hot. Always appreciate that very much, Six Crow. Florida Sal writes in, Hogan will teach Trump how to take down Kamala. Okay, that's fun. That's funny. Hogan had a rivalry with the Ugandan giant Kamala.
Yeah.
That's okay, all right, no, a little wordplay. 6 Crow. He could use some Prime. Yeah, Prime is a great hydration source. Lots of electrolytes.
I'm surprised Logan Paul wasn't there, to be honest. That would have been a good one. Like a young conservative, cool dude.
Yeah. Like he's almost.
That would have been good.
I feel like he's not quite ready to pull the trigger though. Like he's not quite.
I mean, he's been loud on Twitter.
I know, but but I think he should. I think that that's the move for him.
That would have been a scary one.
For you mean? Oh, because you love Logan Paul.
Well, that and like Hogan, Dana White, they're cool, but they're not like Gen Z cool.
I see what you're
saying. But you get a Logan Paul in there, you get one of the Paul brothers. You're kind of
lit.
Yeah, you're kind of lit.
PHWOFL. Sam, are you trying to tell us that Nicole and the rest of the morning mashup are less welcoming than Savannah and Hoda? For sure. Those guys, I mean, they put your feet to the fire is the thing about the morning mashup. That's what they do. That's their brand. Stanley T asked only the tough questions. Not Sam Lehman. When is our next Fanatic stream? I tell you what, Lehman, I do the Fanatics Live app.
Did he buy another thing?
Bro, he made me look so good. You have no idea. Like the executives might as well have been chanting. I was like Hogan at the RNC. The executives were just chanting my name after the last Fanatics Live. Lehman dropped 4 figures on stuff on Fanatics Live.
Lehman, what do you do for a living?
Lehman now owns both pieces. We sold both pieces separately, and he bought them both of Damian Priest's belt that broke. Like his belt that he wore on his gear at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view ripped into 2 pieces. So they grabbed it and then he autographed it and then we sold it on the Fanatics Live app. Lehman bought both pieces.
Both pieces were sold individually. Oh, you carny fucks.
Oh yeah. We had him sign both pieces. Oh yeah, they were. 2 of 2. And I'm not 100% sure when the next one is, but I'm going to tell Hot Dog off the air. We actually have something awesome planned for that one. Very rare, valuable items. But something I'm really looking forward to doing. I think it's going to be fun. But Lehman,
you want me to?
Sam's
going to text me like, I need you to bet for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I almost had you do that for the Damian Priest stuff. Florida Sal, big letdown. Trump didn't rip his bandage like Hulk rips his shirt. Any chance Hogan turns heel? Voodoo Child blast during the DNC. Yeah, what if you guys get Hollywood, Hot Dog?
Hollywood's not racist. Hollywood's for the community.
It is for the culture. Yeah, that is that is a good point. You like that everybody's wearing I think they were selling the Trump ear bandages outside the RNC, that everybody comes with the Trump ear bandages on.
No, I did not like that.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was a fun little thing.
I did not think that was cool.
All right. 6 Crow, Hogan's WrestleMania 4 Trump promo should be watched. Yeah, I think so too. Emilio says, listen to the tapes, Sam. All right. Poodlerific, love you guys. My fave way to start the weekend. To me, it's the only way to start the weekend. I think we got them all. If you want to sneak one in, every super chat. No, we got them all. Every super chat gets acknowledged. Don't forget, you'll be able to see Notsam Wrestling live in Cleveland, August 1st. That's a Thursday. You can get your tickets at notsam.com. And there will be live Notsam Wrestling podcasts happening at Fanatics Fest at the Jacob Javits Center in mid-August here in New York. So
hell yeah.
Google Fanatics Fest. Check that out. You got 5 styluses. You might as well use them. I'm going to cheers with you later.